shook his head and sighed, "No, Mr. Sun. Hearing you say that makes me very sad. I understand your demands. You are brave enough to speak out, and you are much better than these people. I am indeed young and lack the ability to manage TVB, so I really need to listen to your suggestions." As soon as he said this, everyone exchanged glances, and even Sun Yixing was taken aback. He had originally prepared for the worst, thinking he would be directly fired and leave TVB. After all, he wanted to express his true feelings and did not believe this young man was anything special. But who would have thought that when he opened his mouth to scold the other party, they did not get angry, but instead praised him? He had to admit that this feeling was quite exhilarating. Although Sun Yixing was very angry, he indeed felt quite pleased inside. The others were also shocked, realizing that this young man was not much inferior to Sir Shao. The fact that the other party was not angry at all and said such words absolutely indicated that they were cultured and composed. Not to mention, what Qin Fei said next made everyone's expressions change dramatically. "I applaud Mr. Sun for speaking so straightforwardly. I need a screenwriter like Mr. Sun. And I also know that being a screenwriter is very tough. TVB's previous salaries were too low. You spend days or even months working hard on a script. And in the end, how much do you take home?" For a moment, Sun Yixing couldn't say a word, because everyone knew that salaries within TVB were very low. For so many years, this low salary had never changed, including for actors, directors, and screenwriters, all of whom were paid ridiculously little. Sun Yixing fell silent. The salary made him hesitate to say anything because the person in front of him was now a billionaire with a bank balance of 100 billion Hong Kong dollars. What salary could he possibly show off in front of such a person? Instead, it was Qin Fei who furrowed his brow and helped the other party speak up. "You write a good script for a drama, and you can't even get 200,000 HKD. What can 200,000 HKD buy in Hong Kong? You can't even buy a toilet. A toilet occupies an area worth 1 million Hong Kong dollars per square foot, and you can't even afford a toilet." Although Qin Fei's words were harsh, they were indeed the truth, making Sun Yixing blush and unable to say a word. Not to mention, when Qin Fei continued to speak and gestured with his hand, it left several people in shock. Chapter 59. The Birth of a Billionaire. "I'm different. If you write a blockbuster script, I can give you up to 2 million Hong Kong dollars. Don't say anything. 2 million Hong Kong dollars. I'm even willing to give you 20 million Hong Kong dollars, as long as you have the ability. 20 million Hong Kong dollars. I will give it to you directly." Qin Fei's words were decisive, direct, and full of confidence. Who wouldn't believe him? Who would dare to doubt him? After all, the person in front of him was a billionaire from Hong Kong, possessing countless capital. The other party's capital was his confidence. The fact that he had the strength to say this so decisively, and that 20 million Hong Kong dollars rolled off his tongue without even a frown, showed his pride and seriousness. After all, he didn't lack that little bit of money. His words excited a group of people, and some even had a flush of excitement on their faces. Even Sun Yixing couldn't believe his eyes as he looked at Qin Fei. At this moment, he was truly moved. He had a family to support, with a wife and 2 children. He also had a mortgage in Hong Kong to pay off. Money was crucial for him. He swallowed hard, his voice much smaller. You're not lying to me, are you?" How could Qin Fei lie? With an air of pride, he replied, "Mr. Sun, I can sign a contract with you right now. In the future, for every 10 increase in viewership for your TV series, I will give you 2 million Hong Kong dollars. If it exceeds 70, breaking a new record, I will give you 20 million Hong Kong dollars directly." Sun Yixing's expression was ecstatic. This time, he was truly tempted. 20 million Hong Kong dollars was enough to pay off his mortgage in Hong Kong. He was moved to the point of tears, completely touched by Qin Fei. Initially, he had planned to scold Qin Fei and then resign, but unexpectedly, the other party didn't dismiss him and instead raised his writing income. Under the envious gazes of a crowd, he was overwhelmed with emotion, completely won over by Qin Fei. "Mr. Qin, I was too excited earlier. I didn't expect you to be so kind-hearted. I'm truly sorry. I misjudged you. Mr. Qin, I am willing to work hard for you. You are the future of TVB." Not only Sun Yixing, but others were also filled with excitement. They now realized that following Qin Fei would indeed lead to a better life and a bright future. The previous TVB was too pitiful, but Qin Fei was not someone who lacked money. For him, spending money was like playing, not caring about the cost. His direct acquisition of TVB showed that he truly had money and that the promise of high salaries could definitely be fulfilled. After all, Qin Fei didn't rely on TVB to make money. He didn't need TVB to help him earn a lot, just to ensure profitability and advertising revenue. He relied on TVB's reputation to manipulate stocks, making profits that TVB could never earn even after hundreds of years of filming dramas. Therefore, for him, TVB was just a stepping stone, and offering high salaries to these people was to enhance his own reputation. Now, with his reputation in TVB rising, these screenwriters and directors were very willing to follow him. With the people's support, acquiring TVB became easier. At noon, the shareholders' meeting of TVB was held smoothly. To hold a shareholders' meeting, 30 of the shares were required, and Qin Fei had already reached that threshold. The shareholders' meeting was to re-elect the chairman. Sir Xiao had to attend. As it concerned his power in TVB, he had been the absolute largest shareholder and chairman for many years. Now, the times had truly changed. When Sir Xiao entered, no one greeted him. Instead, when Qin Fei arrived, many shareholders smiled and greeted him. Young Master Qin, congratulations. This time, you will definitely become the largest shareholder of TVB. I fully support you. I will vote for Mr. Qin. He is the hope for our TVB. Mr. Qin is in finance. With him, our stock prices will rise significantly, and our shares will appreciate a lot. Exactly. Mr. Qin's financial skills will ensure that TVB skyrockets, and we could double our investments. These shareholders wanted immediate profits. The rise in TVB stock was the real money-making opportunity, allowing them to sell at a good price. And since Qin Fei was in finance, he had the absolute strength to boost TVB's shares, which is what they care about most. With Qin Fei as chairman, stock performance wouldn't be an issue. As long as it could rise, they would absolutely support him. Seeing this display of support from the shareholders, Sir Xiao fully understood that TVB was no longer his. He now feared that he wouldn't receive a single vote in the upcoming ballot. Qin Fei didn't need to acquire shares to become the new shareholder of TVB. His era had come to an end. His TVB curtain had fallen. Now, Sir Xiao sat aside like an irrelevant person, ignored by everyone, with no one caring about his thoughts or opinions. Instead, all eyes were on Qin Fei, who remained calm. With a slight smile, he began his speech for the chairman election. Hello, everyone. As you all know, I currently hold 30 of the shares, and I can run for chairman. What are the benefits of me becoming the chairman of TVB? I believe everyone understands well. I am in finance, and my purpose is to boost the stock prices. My investment in TVB is to increase its share value. As soon as he spoke, everyone raised their hands and started applauding, each shareholder filled with joy. Some immediately echoed, Young Master Qin's strength is the best in Hong Kong. No one can rival him. That's right. Even the stock god Buffett isn't a match for young Master Qin. He is the leader in Hong Kong's financial sector. We believe in young Master Qin's strength. Following him, our stock prices will rise and we'll make big money. Qin Fei smiled, continuing to glance at someone, and said, Indeed, everyone understands. So I won't say much more. Once I become chairman, I will definitely bring TVB back to 100 Hong Kong dollars. Breaking through 110 Hong Kong dollars will also be achievable. Everyone clapped enthusiastically, clearly pleased. At this point, there was no need for a vote. Sir Xiao had already understood that the result was clear. He sighed when it was his turn to speak. He didn't want to say a word. He waved his hand, skipping his turn to speak and directly entering the voting phase. Naturally, Qin Fei received 100 of the votes from the shareholders and became the chairman of TVB. Not a single person voted for Sir Xiao. All votes went to him, achieving 100 support to secure the chairman position. This was the strength of Qin Fei. Watching Sir Xiao stand up with a face full of disappointment, Qin Fei spoke as the other party was about to leave. Sir Xiao, I am willing to buy the 30 of shares in your hands for 50 billion Hong Kong dollars. What do you think? If it were before, he would have definitely scolded this shameless young man. His 30 shares in TVB were previously worth at least 200 billion Hong Kong dollars. Now, offering only 50 billion Hong Kong dollars was too shameless. But if he didn't sell, what would he do with them? Would Qin Fei give him dividends? Not a chance. He could imagine that the other party would never give him dividends or any share profits. Therefore, Keeping them now was truly useless. He waved his hand, feeling that he was truly old now. I will find a lawyer to discuss this with you. Qin Fei laughed. Now that Sir Xiao finally agreed to sell the shares to him, this was the result he wanted. With 60 of the shares in hand, he was now the largest shareholder that no one could replace. Now he officially controls TVB. He bought 30 of Sir Xiao's shares for 50 billion Hong Kong dollars. With his 60 stake in hand, no one can surpass him. At that time, he plans to continue acquiring shares until he reaches 80, which will be interesting. He hasn't forgotten to call Qin Yao, asking TVB to send a car to pick her up and bring her to the company. His acquisition of TVB has a single purpose: to have Qin Yao as a program host, making her the new princess of Hong Kong. He is already the major shareholder of TVB, controlling assets worth hundreds of billions. So how could his sister Qin Yao not be considered princess? She is the absolute first princess of Hong Kong. At this moment, many reporters from Hong Kong media are on their way. This time, with the change of chairman due to the share transaction of TVB, it will be reported by TVB's original news outlet. The TV station now belongs to Qin Fei, and the reporters will certainly hype him up. The TV station is currently on Qin Fei's side, and many shareholders are waiting for him to help raise stock prices so that they can sell their shares. Therefore, Qin Fei is absolutely the sole authority of the TV station. The shareholders fully support all his actions. Compared to Sir Xiao's initial 30 stake, Qin Fei's control is much larger, equivalent to having 100 of the shares. A dedicated business vehicle from TVB has arrived. When Qin Yao got out of the car, she still looked confused. However, as soon as she stepped down, a group of people immediately surrounded her. These were reporters who had been waiting here. They originally intended to find Qin Fei, but since they couldn't enter the TV station, they could only wait here to see the new female program host. This person is not ordinary. Her brother is now the largest shareholder of TVB. With Qin Yao coming in as a female host, it indicates that she is here to become a princess. Others at TVB will definitely elevate her, and she will have access to all kinds of resources. Now Qin Yao is the only direct relative of Qin Xiao, which immediately attracted many reporters to come forward, warmly welcoming her. Miss Qin Yao, your brother is now the largest shareholder of TVB, and you're now a program host of the station. How do you feel about this? Miss Qin Yao, your status is now the second highest at TVB, even surpassing those popular actresses. How are you feeling right now? TVB originally had several popular actresses, all holding the title of princess, but now, doesn't that make you the strongest princess at TVB? Chapter 60. Qin Yao's princess dream comes true. This princess title is truly invincible. What does it matter to be a popular actress? You can't stay popular forever. There are many popular actresses, but there's only one true first princess of TVB, and that is the chairman's sister. With the identity of the chairman's sister, no one can take away Qin Yao's position. When Qin Yao was stopped by a group of reporters, the security department of TVB immediately dispatched a group of security guards to stand in front of her and block the reporters. Everyone, please make way. Miss Qin, we are here to welcome you. Didn't you hear to let them pass? The young lady is an important staff member of TVB. Everyone step aside, please. Young lady, this way please. A group of security guards directly helped Qin Yao clear a path, pulling away the reporters and escorting her into the TVB television station. Once Qin Yao entered, others quickly came forward to assist her. This time, even though Qin Yao was there to be a program host, everyone knew that she was just experiencing life as a wealthy princess. This program host is not ordinary. Her brother is a shareholder. As long as you're not blind, everyone knows to curry favor with her. Try to be on her good side. Hello, young lady. I'm in charge of the interview program planning. Do you want to do interviews or be a newscaster? Going out for interviews is too tough. I suggest you try being a newscaster. We have a primetime slot, and a female newscaster is about to leave. You can give it a try. Many employees watch this scene, whispering and feeling envious of Qin Yao, who can come in and immediately choose a primetime newscaster position. Besides this young lady, no one else has such treatment. Wow, this is our little princess of TVB. She can choose any position she wants right away. What's wrong? You have a chairman brother. Not to mention choosing a position. Anything you want can be arranged for you. Exactly. If I had a chairman brother, I'd go straight for the female station director. Haha. Look at you wanting to be a female station director. Don't you see how you compare to Princess Qin Yao? A group of female employees looked over enviously. Until now, Qin Yao still had a clueless expression. She was called by Qin Fei to join TVB, but she didn't realize she wasn't just starting a regular job. She was directly coming to be a popular program host at TVB. As long as she wanted, any position could be vacated in a second. Her brother is so impressive. He said he would acquire TVB, and in just over a week, he really did it. Her expression was excited, filled with admiration. Soon, they arrived at a place where Qin Fei was accompanying some staff members. Seeing Qin Fei, Qin Yao's eyes brightened, and she happily approached him. "Brother, wow, you really acquired TVB. I just arrived, and there were so many reporters following me. Brother, you really bought TVB." Looking at Qin Yao's exhilaration, Qin Fei smiled and led her inside, introducing her. "Come, let me introduce you. These are several senior management personnel of TVB, responsible for a lot of photography and program recording. And here's some scriptwriters and directors from the program team, etc." Upon seeing Qin Yao, the group immediately lowered their heads, smiling and greeting her. "Hello, young lady. You look like a natural beauty. No one can compare to you as a program host. Yes, young lady, you're suitable for several of our programs. If you come, the ratings for the program will definitely soar." Indeed, Princess Qin Yao is the true princess of TVB in Hong Kong. As long as she hosts, everyone will be interested. What they said was the truth. If Qin Yao's identity were publicized, many ordinary people would come to watch the program. They want to see what the sister of the TVB chairman is like. No matter what program she does, even if it's just a weather forecast, many people would want to watch. So their words were not flattery. However, it made Qin Yao a bit embarrassed. Although her dream was to become a host at TVB, she still felt that her abilities weren't enough. Coming in to be a host made her feel a bit guilty. She hid behind Qin Fei and quietly spoke, "Brother, can I really be a program host?" Seeing Qin Yao's worried expression, which clearly showed her anticipation, Qin Fei smiled and reassured her, "Don't worry. Our Yao Yao has the talent and the backing. She will definitely be better than those beautiful hosts. You have to remember your identity. You are my sister and also the princess of TVB. No one in TVB or Hong Kong can speak loudly to you." Qin Yao nodded, clenching her fists. She was just starting to adapt. She was truly being held in high esteem. Although it was all because of her brother, looking at Qin Fei behind her, this feeling was nice. A group of TVB executives in front of her were being cautious. What did she have to worry about? Even if she doesn't do well hosting, the person in charge would only patiently guide her. Who would dare to reprimand her or replace her? They probably wouldn't want to work anymore. Although Qin Fei had a good temper, he also had his limits. He was willing to give some people raises and offer higher salaries for the better development of TVB. But his bottom line was his sister. Qin Yao was his only relative and the person he cared about the most. No one could cross that line. With a glance at the people in front of him, at that moment he put on a serious face, exuding an undeniable dominance. "My sister will be responsible for hosting the main primetime program. At that time, arrange a few female assistants for her. Also, have a few female hosts teach her. One thing to note, whatever she wants must be fulfilled. Not a single no is allowed." With a glance, Qin Fei's imposing presence made everyone hold their breath, and they nodded in agreement. They all readily accepted, not daring to defy him. As Qin Fei led Qin Yao away to familiarize herself with the TVB station and help her find assistants and the most popular female host to mentor her, everyone breathed a sigh of relief after he left. Throughout the day, they could feel that Qin Fei was more domineering than Sir Xiao. They couldn't understand why such a young man had such a mature demeanor, with insight and vision. His presence was not inferior to that of Sir Xiao. This Qin Xiao is truly extraordinary. They had no idea that Qin Fei had lived 2 lives. In his previous life, he managed over 100 financial traders. And when he said 1, it was 1. When he said 2, no one dared to say 1. His inner age was not something that could be compared to the current one. With 2 lifetimes of experience, he was not much inferior to Sir Xiao. This was his strength. A group of executives, feeling fearful, were completely submissive to Qin Fei, and as for the lower-level employees, it goes without saying. Aside from respect, there was admiration. When TVB came into the hands of this billionaire, the lower-level employees were the happiest. Because as soon as Qin Fei became the major shareholder, he immediately raised TVB's salaries by 20. After a long time without change, the salaries of TVB employees finally increased, and they were very grateful to this big boss. Upon seeing Qin Fei, some employees also rushed forward, saying, "Chairman, thank you for raising our salaries. With you in TVB, our wages have finally gone up. Indeed, our chairman really is not short of money. I am so grateful to the chairman. Qin Xiao, you're my idol and my goal. I truly admire you. Your experiences inspire me." Qin Fei went from being an unknown person, an ordinary citizen of Hong Kong, to becoming a capital tycoon. This is something many people envy and admire. There was the history of Li Chaoren's rise, starting as a primary school apprentice and now being worth trillions of Hong Kong dollars. Now, Qin Fei, within just a few days, has gone from an ordinary person living in a shabby rental to being worth hundreds of billions of Hong Kong dollars. And he is not even 25 years old. This is much more impressive than Li Chaoren. Just these achievements alone make many people respect Qin Fei, and that respect comes from the heart. A famous second-generation rich person does not earn respect. They just have a good father, which only shows how powerful their father is. But starting from scratch, truly making the leap from an ordinary person to a wealthy individual is what deserves admiration. They all wish they could have the same opportunities as Qin Fei to become successful. No one doesn't dream of the day they become wealthy and especially admires those who truly started from nothing. Qin Fei has gained countless fans, and Qin Yao can feel the genuine support and admiration these people have for her brother, making her feel even prouder of him. Her sense of pride is gradually rising. She is so proud of her brother. Soon, Qin Fei took her to the television station's program team, also helping Qin Yao get acquainted with the work environment. Even though Qin Yao is still studying, coming to intern as a program host is not a problem at all. The program team records in advance, so there's no need to worry about time issues. Once Qin Fei made the introduction, the photographer and makeup artist immediately approached, being careful in their greetings to Qin Yao. They greeted her, saying, "Hello, young lady." A group of people whispered among themselves, clearly discussing why this young lady would want to be a program host when she could be a big star instead. "Shh, be careful what you say. You might anger the young lady. She's here to experience life." "Wow, I want to try that too. Starting as a host, she really is a young lady." "When you try, she has such a great brother, and what do you have?" One girl felt a bit jealous. Qin Yao, however, was very happy. She stepped forward and greeted everyone enthusiastically. "Hello, everyone. Starting today, I will work hard, and I hope you all will guide me." The group immediately smiled and flattered her. "The young lady is joking. We need you to guide us more. If you need anything, just ask me. Yes, if you get upset, I can handle it for you. Whether it's buying tea or drinks, I can serve you." How annoying. That's what I wanted to say. "Young lady, leave your makeup and future looks to me." Chapter 61. It's time to hire a nutritionist. After shopping at TVB, Qin Yao has officially settled into her role as a host, and she is very happy. Accompanying Qin Fei back, they chatted about company matters, her face radiating a bright smile. Seeing Qin Yao's happiness, Qin Fei felt joy in his heart as well. When Qin Yao hugged him and asked, "Yao Yao, has your personal doctor said anything recently? How is your health holding up?" Qin Yao stuck out her tongue and replied, "I haven't had her check me in the past few days. Brother, I'm in such good health. Why are you worried?" Qin Fei's expression darkened at her words, and he became serious. "No, I need to call your personal doctor tomorrow for a comprehensive checkup. This is non-negotiable. Yao Yao, you need to have regular checkups every few months and maintain good health. By the way, I also want to hire a few nutritionists to help you with your dietary needs." Hearing this, Qin Yao was taken aback. She had no idea he wanted to hire so many people. It seemed like there were already too many people around her. "Brother, how much will it cost to hire so many people?" Qin Fei laughed and explained, "One nutritionist costs about 100,000 Hong Kong dollars a month, which totals 2 million Hong Kong dollars a year. Adding the personal doctor, it's only around 3 million Hong Kong dollars. You have to know, I am the largest shareholder of TVB, holding 60 of his shares." Of course, Qin Yao did not understand how frightening that 60 stake was. Qin Fei patiently explained, "According to past estimates, TVB can earn tens of billions of Hong Kong dollars in profit each year, and in the past, It even reached over 100 billion Hong Kong dollars in profits. This means that from the annual profit distribution, we can take 60, which is 3 billion Hong Kong dollars. You need to know, that's 3 billion Hong Kong dollars. Just from the profit distribution alone, it's over 3 billion Hong Kong dollars. The income could exceed 5 billion Hong Kong dollars. This revelation left Qin Yao astonished, realizing just how profitable TVB really was. She finally understood why Qin Fei wanted to hire a personal doctor and nutritionist for her. It was because he truly had the financial means to ensure her well-being. He would be willing to spend even 300 million Hong Kong dollars if necessary. Soon, they drove back home. That day, news of TVB's acquisition spread, and Yang Yi came over, looking delighted. "Cousin Wow, you are amazing. I just saw on TV that you acquired TVB and even took over Sir Xiao's stocks. Now, my cousin is a shareholder of TVB. If I want to participate in a TV program, I could just go on TV." Yang Yi playfully tried to charm her way into getting on a TV show to boost her fame. After all, the TV station belonged to her cousin. Getting on air was just a matter of Qin Fei's word, which is why she was being so cute. Qin Yao watched with a smile, feeling close to Yang Yi. "By the way, I can help you host a program and be an interviewer since I'm now a host at TVB." Upon hearing this, Yang Yi's eyes lit up, and she joyfully approached Qin Yao, acting cute. "Yao Yao, I knew you were great. I love you so much. Long live our little princess. Long live the little princess." Qin Yao felt a bit shy from the title of Little Princess, but it also made her heart sweet and filled with happiness. Seeing the two girls so cheerful, Qin Fei decided to take them shopping. Since Qin Yao was going to work at TVB, Qin Fei also planned to gift her a luxury car to make her daily commute more convenient. On the weekend, with the stock market closed, the family's personal doctor arrived early in the morning. Called over by Qin Fei, the female doctor was scolded and quickly apologized. She knew she couldn't afford to offend such a wealthy family. Remember, no matter how she delays, you must check on her every few days and, if necessary, take her to the hospital. "I'm not short on money." The doctor nodded, fully aware of the wealth of this billionaire in Hong Kong. Being a personal doctor for such a wealthy family was an honor for her. She quickly agreed, "Mr. Qin, don't worry. I won't make this mistake again." Qin Fei then inquired about Qin Yao's health status. It was clear that she was in great health and had no issues to worry about. Her current lifestyle was much better than before, her skin was fairer, and she showed no signs of malnutrition. It would be hard for her to get sick, which relieved Qin Fei. The female doctor thought of another matter and couldn't help but speak up. Mr. Qin, there's actually something else I want to report to you." Qin Fei looked puzzled and slightly awkward. "What is it? Does it have anything to do with Qin Yao?" He was genuinely concerned. The female doctor quickly shook her head and continued, "No, it's not related to Miss Qin Yao. It's about Yang Yi. She asked me to check her health recently. I believe she might be pregnant, and it could be in the next few days." Qin Fei was taken aback, completely not expecting this. The doctor confirmed the time frame, and he realized that she must have gotten pregnant after returning with Yang Yi. He nodded, maintaining a calm demeanor. "Okay, please confirm this and ensure that this information doesn't get out. Here, S 1 million Hong Kong dollars. You know it should be kept confidential." He wrote a check for 1 million Hong Kong dollars and handed it over. The female doctor understood the responsibility that came with the confidentiality agreement she had signed with Qin Fei. The 1 million Hong Kong dollars would keep her quiet. She accepted the check and continued, "All right, Mr. Qin, you can rest assured. I won't leak any information about Yang Yi. I will also advise her on how to maintain her pregnancy. Mr. Qin, you should also be prepared. If this is confirmed in a few months, it could become a big issue. Indeed, if it was just discovered now, it would be manageable, but if it were found out a month or two later, it would definitely cause a stir. After all, it would be hard to hide a pregnant woman. If photos of her showing a baby bump were leaked, it would be a huge problem, especially for a female star. Thus, the news of Yang Yi's pregnancy must not be leaked." Qin Fei began to strategize everything for her. "I understand. I will ensure everything is taken care of." The doctor sighed in relief, nodded, and respectfully left. Qin Fei then called Yang Yi. When the call connected, Yang Yi was preparing to go on a TV show. She had agreed to participate in a program that TVB was arranging to promote her. Everyone is preparing for the script rehearsal of the show. To say that there is no script for filming a program is a joke. Interviews both domestically and internationally are basically rehearsed